Hard times have fallen on the Divinity Church, but the chance to win a choir competition raises their hopes.
Today, we are going to go out there and we are going to win this thing.
The two leaders, though, have very different ideas about the direction of the choir and how to win the contest.
Well, I am who I am.
Well, maybe you were 5 procedures ago.
The two learn to set aside their differences and unite the singers to raise the roof in joyful noise.
Liz and Sean, you've both just seen it. Liz, I know you're dying to talk about this movie. Take it away.
I was very excited for Joyful Noise. I was counting down on Facebook status updates. I was really raring to go. And I was wrong. I was really wrong, because this movie is such a disappointment for a Queen Latifah fan like myself.
The music is good.
The musical sequences are fun.
There's some good arrangements, and they're well performed.
Yes.
That's about where the praise for this movie's going to end, though, right there. I mean, it never executes on that premise. I mean, there's far too much screen time given over to this romantic relationship between Queen Latifah's daughter and Dolly Parton's grandson that doesn't really go anywhere. There's a scene in this movie where Jeremy Jordan, who played Dolly Parton's grandson, and Queen Latifah's son, who has Asperger's syndrome, team up in a fight.
Okay.
And Queen Latifah gets very, very angry at Jeremy Jordan.
As she should.
As she should, and kicks him out of the house. Says, "Get out of my house." What happens in the next scene? Jeremy Jordan and Queen Latifah are again in competition with the choir, and never in the rest of the movie is this scene mentioned at all.
Because scenes of preparation and aftermath have been gutted from this film. So there's no transitional scenes that let you just sit with our characters, so you don't really feel connected to anyone. And to add to that, Queen Latifah is not in this movie enough.
Really?
She's like in half of it, and she should be in all of it.
What about Dolly Parton?
Where's Dolly Parton?
She's in like 30%.
Wow.
It's very strange.
Okay, so that the marketing for this movie is really deceptive then, is what I hear you're saying, because all of the trailers and commercials I see show Queen Latifah and Dolly Parton together, singing together.
And those are the fun scenes. They have this great witty repartee between them, and I love how Queen Latifah always speaks in these very strange country bumpkin proverbs that don't make any sense at all, and there was no payoff to that.
I feel fine about myself.
You are so convinced your way is the only way there is. Infallible, untouchable, unlovable, thy rose hill.
Quit it with those nails, Edward Scissorhands.
The premise promises Dolly Parton, and you don't get Dolly Parton.
So it feels like she actually disappears from this movie?
Right, and it's actually just a mess of an edit. We have a character that Sean mentioned who has Asperger's syndrome. And he's the most self-aware kid with Asperger's syndrome because he constantly references the fact that he doesn't fit in and that he wishes he were normal.
So everything's on the nose.
Nothing is treated realistically or nuanced.
It doesn't come across as authentic. I mean, there's no scene of drama that has any credibility whatsoever. They should have cut out all the dramatic scenes, spliced together the musical numbers, and had a 30-minute short.
Really? Because
that would have been enjoyable.
That's what I was going to ask you is, how are the musical numbers in this movie?
The performers are real singers, and they do a good job. I mean, not only Queen Latifah and Dolly Parton, but you have Keke Palmer, and you have Jeremy Jordan. This is his first film, but he was on Broadway. So these people can sing, and they can perform. There's no doubt about it.
Sure.
It's just the writing fails them completely.
I would blow you a kiss from the star where I sat. I would call out your name to echo through the land.
That's probably the highlight of the movie is you have Dolly Parton and Chris Christopherson singing From Here to the Moon and Back.
And he was so great for 5 seconds.
He had
The
a
whole movie
great
should have just
5
been him.
seconds.
I mean,
Wow,
you know.
it's not for 5 seconds, is it?
It's for about 2 minutes.
Okay.
I think the one aspect of the film that could be talked about as a positive one is very timely. It talks about the state of the country and the fact that this small town is representative of our poor economic state, and that this singing competition is supposed to bring light to this very poor community.
Well, the redeeming grace of the movie is the musical sequences.
Yes.
And not only from a performer standpoint, but I also think that Todd Graff films them in a neat way that visually is appealing. But there's not enough music in this movie either.
Well, I think that I know how you're going to vote, but please go take your tickets.
I love Queen Latifah, but everyone should stay away from this movie. Skip it.
In terms of Dolly Parton lore, I would recommend Rhinestone over this movie.
Oh, wow.
That's right.
Yeah.
Rhinestone. Skip it.
I would too. Can we cheers to the Queen, though, and her
Cheers to
future
the
career
Queen
choices?
and to Dolly. I
And
do
to
like
Sly.
Dolly.
To Sly. I'll give him the cheers.